right, good evening. I'm going to call to order the Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport Advisory Board tonight, June 14th at I've got 6:01, so it's official call to order. First item, I want to deviate a little bit here. First item, I'd like to welcome John Dossiger to the board.
Thank you.
Thank you for serving, and thank you for putting your name in, and we're honored to have you as part of the group. Second item here, approval of minutes from the Guthrie Edmond Regional Airport Board meeting of May 10th, 2016 at 6. And I'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve as written.
Have a motion.
Second.
And we have a second. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, item number 3, discussion of airport manager's report and monthly financials. Pretty quick, Swan.
Be quick.
You gotta be
We
fast.
have a game tonight?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do.
We had a game last time. Yeah.
Well, this is
Oh, that's
I'll
right, we
I'll
did.
talk fast.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Item number 1, hangar development update. Letter A, hangar 13, Gail Braden's, he is extending and adding on a 3540 building to the existing hangar. And he's moving right along. The concrete floor and ramp connecting the taxiway to the hangar is complete. The building should be here in about a week. Letter B, hangar 20B and 20C, both hangars are rented. Letter C, the lot next to H20, hangar 20C, which if you look on this map over here, orient yourself, we're right here, and then you go down here, the 2 new ones are here. We'll get a new map one of these days. But the 2 new ones are here, and those are rented. But the lot next to it, that should be able to lease in the very near future. OG&E is going to let me know when that project will start. Right now, he says he hopes to have it finished. He's got a finish date of July 17th. What that is again taking the overhead lines, the utilities, overhead lines right here that cross the road, but they'll start here and go underground all the way back here. So and they supply, I think, to this building and these buildings. So we're gonna go overhead utilities to underground, so they don't present any problem. I've already got somebody that is very interested in building right there, as soon as those lines are buried. So, and I'll give you more information as I have it. Letter D,
I'm sorry,
That's right.
how much room is there to build on there? 2 hangars?
well, there's 2 right now, so there's just enough to put one more right here.
Right
The
on.
same size as these.
Right on the end, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Letter D, I've had inquiry, received a call of interest in doing business on the airport, so I sent a copy of minimum standards. Just want to let you guys know that there are people out there thinking about Guthrie, and it seems like I've had more and more calls, 3 to 4 calls a week, just about availability and prices of the hangars. So I'm really excited about that. So I sent them a copy of our minimum standards. The type of business was a maintenance and repair shop. So they were inquiring, can I do it in my hangar? I said no. However, and then I passed along the minimum standards and kept his name and everything, so maybe he might reach out and touch us. All right, item 2, airport buildings, grounds, and equipment. Letter A, OG&E easement. City Council approved the OG&E's request, and that was again the request to move these overhead utilities to underground on June 7th, 2016 for a 15-foot utility easement, so they could go ahead and do that work. So granting this easement allows them to, construct, operate, and maintain that utility line at the airport. And again, that's right in here. And if you are over there, the weeds have probably about covered it up, but there's white flags that go all along back here. Letter B, the zero-turn mower, our 2014, the newer mower, it was missing a bolt and washer on the spindle, which holds it in place and makes the blades turn. Cost of repair was $11. So the key is pre-flight checklist, always before you use that equipment. If we hadn't noticed the damage, it could have been a whole lot worse. So, along with everything else. Airport grounds, letter C. Airport grounds, nonstop mowing, weed whacking or weed eating, whichever way you prefer. and spraying for weeds in the cracks. We're trying to get caught up on the mowing. I took a ride around this morning with Joey, and it's overwhelming. So I'm just, okay, it's okay. Then yesterday I find out that the lot south of the airport, let me see, okay. Again, we're orienting. We've got this blue house down here off of Prairie Grove Road. Now the city maintains this little area right here and just out just a teeny bit from the house. And then the next two lots next to it, is that the right blue house? Yeah. Well, the lot next to it is a disaster. And I had a complaint that came in the mail from one of the neighbors over there. Very nice. I called her and she's very nice. And she said the city's been keeping up that other house, but this one just looks terrible. And she wondered why it hadn't been kept up. Well, come to find out, when I went over to talk to Public Works, that the agreement was with the previous manager, verbal agreement, no, so it wasn't rent, so I didn't come across it, that we would, the airport would maintain the lot next to that blue house if the city took care of the blue house lot. So Joey and I go over there last night to look at it, and it needs a lot of work there. She says there's the dead trees that are falling in Prairie Grove Road, this, that, and I said, okay. So I call her up, she was really nice about it, and I said, we will work it in. Just, it'll be slow, but we'll make progress, and I'll start doing that. I had no idea that I was supposed to be taking care of that all this time, so it's in pretty bad shape. And she said that her and her neighbors had gone over and cleaned up all the trash that was dumped, because there's two little roads that go up in each one of those lots. And so I said, we'll get to it, but there's no trash there, so we're lucky there. I think brush hog and some weed eating and the zero turns. I just figure out a way to get the zero turns over there. I think city will allow me the trailer to bring them over there, but we'll get that taken care of. But that's not bad if that, she's just really great about it. So I was happy about that part.
If there's two roads going in there, people been dumping trash. If they start, they're not gonna stop, so we might look at a chain or something across there.
Yeah, that thought crossed my mind, because it's a road, and I'm not sure how long ago that was, but we'll definitely be keeping our eye on that from now on. Item, or letter D, equipment. We bought a 4.5 gallon electric sprayer with a 28-inch wand. Cost was $200 that allows us to work more efficiently. So on the no-wind days, we try to spray. We were able to get about 50% of the airport taken care of. The focus is to start on the cracks and then spray around the runway and taxiway lights, odals and pappies, and then along the fence line and around the hangars. If we can do that and get that taken care of, it'll cut down on our weed whacking. Letter E, runway end identifier lights, the reels, runway 3-4 had been out of service for about 6 days. Called the airport electrician, Wise Electric. They repaired it using parts from our old reels. Yay. However, airport maintenance and repairs are costly. It cost $600 for us to repair that. And it was just the one light on the east side. 2 reels that flash, runway end identifier lights. It was the one on the east side. So down here, it was over here on 3-4. Letter F, self-service fuel storage tank. The parts were received to fix corrective action items from Phillips 66 that I had told you guys about from the fuel farm inspection. The gasoline hand pump, $245.70, and the differential pressure gauge was $56. Saving grace, Glenn Crabtree did the repairs himself. I had already had lined up for people to take care of that, and the cost, he saved us approximately $650 to $650 to $700 in labor. I mean, a ridiculous amount. I was very thankful to him. Like I said, I had it all lined up. The air, and just to remind you previously, so the airport was required to take care of that stuff. Do you all remember from previous meetings? And then John, if you want some background on that, I can give that to you later. Letter G, maintenance building. The zero-turn mowers have a roll bar that is required to be up during operation. However, when in the up position, you can't drive it into the maintenance building. One of our guys forgot to put it down before putting it away, and it damaged the first panel on the garage door. So we got away, lucky there. It could have tore up the whole garage door. The one repair of that garage door plus labor was $275. Cost of doing business. Item 3, airport services projects, letter A, is on our agenda. So I'm gonna disregard that and move on to the next item. Item 4, other news, letter A, seasonal employees Mitchell Curley, who started on May 16, 2016. Mitchell will be with us for 6 months, and he's not able to be with us tonight. He will be here next month though, so you'll get to meet him, and some of you I think already have. Letter B, our summer internship went to Joey Liu, who's right behind me. He's OU Aviation Management student, started his internship here at the airport on May 18th and will be with us until the end of July, and maybe a little longer if I can talk him into it, working it out with school and stuff. We'll see. He's getting his taste of mowing and the weed whacking and the dust and dirt and everything that goes with it flying around. And our letter C, full-time employee will be hiring the month of November. Some of the things we've been getting completed though since I've had these guys here is a lot of archiving of 10 and 20-year-old documents that have been in these file cabinets and passed around and such. I was able to get rid of a stack about like this big to a couple other departments, so it's kind of good. That's exciting for me because it's been weighing on my mind. We've gotten all the insurance, but about 3 or 4 as far as insurance that's required for liability and property up to date. And that's an ongoing process. But right now we're like 3 or 4 from being everybody's for at least for another month, and then I'll have a couple more that fall off. Letter D, MBAA, National Business Aviation Association membership, 2-year membership, got it for $178. It's a savings of $822. This will benefit the airport because of the exposure we will receive from it. And as we go on, I will try to keep track of what kind of, benefits we receive as far as that exposure. And I know John, our newest board member, Balsiger, has been with NBAA for a long time, and I wondered if you might just say a few things about it.
About the conference meeting?
About,
Yeah.
the conference, about having a membership, what the benefit of the airport it is,
I
to the airport.
can speak to that, I guess. I'm sure most of you know what NBAA is, National Business Aviation Association. It's a voice and a resource and a network for all of the corporate flight departments, FBOs, and service facilities in the country. It's a large membership, and it's representation, of course, in Washington, D.C. for all of the issues which affect us as airports. Much airport access, taxes,